Hey friends, hey family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Crystal Blue. I do Christian content. I also do what's called the Word of the Day, and I also have videos and shorts of me and my family having fun together. So if you like what you see and hear, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For those of you returning, happy hump day. Hope everybody's doing well. So today we're going to be reading from the book of James, and I might step on some toes on this one, probably even my own toes, because I am guilty of this. What we're going to talk about today is what's right and doing what's right. And what I want to tell you guys today is don't be a willing participant. If you know something is wrong, don't do it. Also, if you know what the right thing is and you don't do it, that's just the same as if you did the wrong thing, because that's pretty much like willful blindness. You know what the right thing is and you just ignore it and you do it anyway. Or, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So if you do something and you know it's wrong and do it anyway, that's a sin. But if you know what's right and you don't do what's right and just like don't do anything at all, then that's the same as sinning, because you know what the right thing would have been to do, but you just sat there and did nothing. So that's like the willful blindness. Like, you see someone stealing something, but you don't say anything. But if you also see somebody stealing and you go and help them steal, that's no better. So both scenarios, they're both sins. One is just kind of like willful blindness. You're seeing something, but you're not saying anything and trying to help out, like, and tell somebody, hey, that person is stealing. The fact that you're not reporting it and trying to right a wrong, that's as bad as sinning, because you know what you could have done, but you don't get involved. And that's just as bad as if you were to get involved, because you're not trying to stop the situation. And what James is talking about in chapter 4, verse 17, he says, if anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. And that's basically what I just explained. So I said that to you guys today because a lot of people like to say, well, I don't want to get involved. I'm just going to stay out of this. I'm just going to back up. I'm not going to say anything. But if you know what is happening is a bad thing and you know you have a way to correct that or find somebody that can come and help, not saying or doing anything, that's just about as bad as sitting there and enabling the person to continue to do that bad thing, because sitting by idly is just as bad as doing the sin itself. So what I'm telling you guys is, if you see somebody acting in a certain way that's wrong and you know it's wrong, or see somebody doing something they're not supposed to do and you know it's wrong, and you try to have the attitude like, you know what, I'm going to act like I didn't see that, that's just as bad as sinning. You might as well go help them do what they're doing, because you don't get involved. If we know what's right, we need to do what's right. We can't just let it, keep happening and keep going on, because eventually this person is going to get caught and somebody is going to step up and do the right thing and speak out or try to stop what's being done. So I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't like, conflict. I don't like chaos. But if you know in your heart as a Christian that you see something that's being done that is not right, and you know how to correct it, even if it's not you that can correct it, if you know somebody else that can help, get that other person to help if you can't do it, or get somebody else involved, because being a bystander, that's just as bad as if you're committing the sin yourself, because you know what is right and you're not acting on it. And that's willful blindness. Again, just standing by and letting it happen. So, and I'm guilty of that too, because I don't like conflict. I don't like getting involved with things. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to leave that to you. And then the behavior or whatever's happening continues to happen, and I just walk away from it. I'm just as guilty because I didn't do anything to stop it. So I'm sitting in a way by not getting involved. And that's what James is saying. If we know what's right and we don't do the right thing, you might as well be committing the sin too. So if we see something, let's say something. If we can help prevent what's going on, let's get involved. If we can't, let's find somebody that can help, because we just don't want to be bystanders. We want to get involved and we want to help people, not only our brothers and sisters in Christ, but non-believers as well. We want to help correct those wrongs, so moving forward, everybody can do what they need to do. So that is my request to you today. If you see something, if you can't do anything about it, find somebody that can, because you know whatever the situation is, that it's wrong. Don't be a bystander. Don't be that willfully blind person sitting there knowing it's wrong, but still letting it happen, because that's just as bad. So I'm not saying to, get in everybody's business and, start a bunch of foolishness. I'm saying help. Do this in a productive and positive way. And like I said, even if you can't, find somebody who can. Okay? Because we as Christians, we know this walk is hard, but especially those who aren't walking with Christ, it's even harder for them because they don't have their source. They don't know who to go to. So if we can say a few encouraging words to help somebody out, that's way better than not helping anybody else, than not helping anyone at all. All right? So keep that in mind, not just for today, but as you continue on through the rest of the week and in everything that you do. Try to be mindful of that. Okay? I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.